Hello, everybody. It's been a long time since I've made any kind of videos, maybe about a month. A lot has been going on, hasn't it? Not just in my life, but in the world, all around. And what exciting news! Mr. Trump has returned. The American people have elected him as president. It's fantastic. Well, this video is going to be a brief one. Just going to talk about the moon right now. The moon is currently in Leo at 3 degrees, and within the next hour or so, the moon will cross over Mars in Leo at 4 degrees. And so all day today, the moon is within a conjunction to Mars in Leo. Now, this morning, when the moon first entered Leo at 0 degrees, the moon made a direct opposition to Pluto in Aquarius at 0 degrees. Not too long ago, Mars made a direct opposition to Pluto. However, that opposition occurred Pluto 29 degrees Capricorn, Mars 29 degrees Cancer. This moon in Leo transit is part of the storyline that is taking place right now. The storyline of Mars and his upcoming retrograde cycle. Mars entered Cancer about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And pretty soon, Mars will retrograde from Leo. I believe will retrograde at 6 degrees Leo. And then retrograde back into Cancer. So Mars is going to be retrograde in Cancer for quite an extended period. And after Mars is retrograde, when Mars goes direct, he will now have to move forward in Cancer. So this Mars in Cancer transit is something that will be, it's an energy, it's a storyline that is taking place all the way until April of next year. April, May, because that is when Mars will be out of Cancer and back into Leo, but more so out of shadow, meaning past 6 degrees Leo, from which Mars began his retrograde. This moon in Leo transit with conjunct Mars and opposite the Pluto, this is a transit that can create big emotions, big, mad, angry, conflicting emotions. And in the days prior, Monday, Tuesday, when the moon was in Cancer, that was a period of making people very emotional, having to become aware and process a lot of feelings going on within, and also having to become aware and process all of the feelings you may be receiving all around in your environment. And with Mars and that transit with Mars in Cancer, don't forget Mars made a This really began when Mars made a direct square to the North and South Node. Then later Mars squared Chiron in Aries. Okay, so this is something that's been building up, and Cancer is all about home, family, memory, ancestry, grandmother, patriotism, the motherland, home country, home nation, homeland, memories. And the North and South Node, North Node Aries, South Node Libra, and with Mars squaring it, what this did was it opened up a can of worms that has to be dealt with and processed in increments all the way until next year in May. And this is a process that we are all in now to transmute, clear, integrate all sorts of karmic energies that have to do with your lineage, with your heritage, with your country, with your nation, with your home, with your family, and your individuality, and overcoming limitations and cycles that have kept you from really being authentic and in your power. And so with the moon in Leo right now, previously the moon was in Cancer, so that was stirring up a lot of emotions, big emotions, making people moody, making people feel, maybe even you felt like you needed to cry inside, or maybe you just felt like you've just had enough, you're done, you're tired. And now with the moon in Leo, Leo is action, drama king, drama queen. And that moon in Cancer transit is going to carry over those big emotions that stirred up, having to feel the moodiness. Had to carry that Cancer moon into Leo and first meet with Pluto and Aquarius and die. There is an aspect of yourself that had to be seen and felt with the moon in Cancer so you can get over yourself, basically. For example, it's a possibility that my brain tumor is back. And yesterday I had to see a doctor. And now I have to talk about treatment. I got an MRI coming up and might have to, I don't know what's going to happen, but over the last few days since I got the news that my tumor is most likely back, it stirred up a lot of emotions. And then Monday and Tuesday, I was really in my feels. And my mind, overwhelmed, wanted to go in victim mode. Oh, this sucks, I'm tired of this, and just really wanted to have a pity party for a moment and cry and complain. Seriously. When I got off work last night, I really just wanted to break down and cry. And I have done that in the past when I was first going through this, but I didn't. And not because I wasn't allowing myself to feel or to bypass them, but it was because I've dealt with this shit already for a very long time. And I have learned so much. And I said, no, fuck this. Yes, I will acknowledge how I feel right now, but I'm not gonna fucking break down and cry and have a pity party right now, because that's just fucking lame. I'm gonna kill that part of myself and continue to choose to be strong. Continue to choose to be a fucking man and a warrior up. Alright, if I got this thing going on, if I got this condition going on, and it's returned, well, I'm gonna handle it. And I'm not gonna be afraid, even if there are uncertainties. I'm not gonna allow my mind to run rampant in that area. No. So, where I could be a huge drama king, huge little bitch, bitching, complaining, and crying right now, and because I got something going on within my body that is legitimately affecting me, and I feel that, but I'm not gonna let it rule me, So with the moon in Leo, when the moon first entered Leo and had to oppose Pluto, something had to die. Because in the days prior, you had to become aware of something you had to become emotionally aware of something which likely made you moody, made you sad, made you frustrated, made you agitated, restless. And if you were feeling those things in the last couple of days, that is good, because there is an aspect within you, within your psyche, within your personality that needs to be eliminated, that needs to be handled so you can evolve. Now, now that the moon is getting closer to Mars, and Mars is still within a relative opposition to Pluto, there is a battle of your will. There is a battle of your ego. Go, take it. Go, take it. So there's a battle of your will. There's a battle of your ego. And you might find yourself wanting to argue, attack, be explosive, be in a debate with other people, collectives, whether it's online or in your personal life, with somebody else in your life. And with the moon there, after things have cleared up, and that component of you, if it already died, but if it didn't die, then drama shall unfold. But if you are dying and transforming and taking control, then what comes is clarity. What comes is clarity and righteous anger. Righteous anger, so you may stand in your power when dealing with something confrontational. And with the North Node in Aries and Chiron in Aries, part of what this has been collectively teaching us over the last several months, part of what this has been teaching us is to not be afraid of stirring up messy emotions. Not to be afraid to ask those questions. Hey, what are you doing with those investments? I need a report. What have you done with this money? I need a report. What's been going on behind the scenes over here? Show me. instead of being afraid of how you might cause some drama, irritating somebody, when you have every right to inquire about these things. So, do not be afraid of upsetting people. Do not be afraid of other people blowing themselves up and being so fucking dramatic about their own pity party. Because that'll just let you know how much work they've actually done to evolve themselves. And you can't tolerate that. You can't say, okay, I'm sorry. I'm worried that I'm going to hurt you because you're so broken and insecure and lack a spine. I'm just going to withhold the truth and withhold any action to perform any justice because I'm afraid it'll break you. So, lot going on right now. And keep in mind too that over the last few days, the sun in Scorpio made a direct opposition to Uranus in Taurus during the full moon in Taurus. And on that same day, Saturn went into Pisces. And y'all heard me say this many times before. What is Uranus? Uranus is the wild card of all things random, sudden, and unpredictable. Uranus is the lightning bolt that strikes the tower. So over the last week, there may have been sudden things that are moving very rapid to move you and shake the earth. Because the thing about Taurus is like, do I really have to get up and do that right now? I really rather not move. But Uranus is not like that. So Uranus is forcing us to shake the grounds. And with the sun in Scorpio, it's putting us into this position of becoming aware of death and the transformation that needs to occur. The unconscious toxicity that has been brewing beneath the soil. And now it's time to purify and come clean, to reveal what is being kept hidden, what is being manipulated behind the scenes, to reveal it. And so the lightning bolt strikes the tower, revealing secrets or unconscious hidden motives and intentions, which thus may create a ripple effect of all sorts of things, which may result in the effect of you becoming aware of how severely undermined you have been, how severely of a fool you have been taken and put in a box, thinking that you will never realize the grand scheme that has been your entire life. So, big emotions for the rest of the week. Big emotions. You may need to pop off on somebody. You may need to pop off on a group. But keep in mind that Mercury in Sagittarius can overlook the finer details and become overly righteous on the bigger picture, or overly opinionated on one side, missing crucial details. So keep that in mind, and be sure you allow yourself moments in time to pause and reflect. Not everything needs an immediate response. Check in with yourself, because by next week, Mercury is going to retrograde, and we'll have a long retrograde cycle in Sagittarius, opposing Gemini, squaring Saturn. So be mindful, because even though you may be dealing with big righteous emotions right now, and you may want to pop off on people, allow yourself a moment to collect, to ground, and to speak from the heart, but to not withhold back the truth, and to not withhold back what you need to say, but learn how to say. Because with Mercury retrograde, you may say a lot of things that cause far more damage than you ever wish and intended to, being that Mercury will be opposing Jupiter in Gemini. Hyperboles, exaggeration, is squaring Saturn. Bleeding subconscious pain and victim mentality. Dealing with the projections of the ghosts, the spiritual ghosts of the past, of your karma. So profound. So, this is a lot to take in. However, no matter what may be occurring in your life, remember that this is part of a 6-month-long screenplay. And we are at phase 2, I shall say. Phase 2, where we are now reaching climatic interests and plot twists. So keep your eye at the bigger picture. Keep your eye into the future. Visualize what you want to see into that future and work backwards from there, or work forwards to there. Do not lose sight. And with that all being said, love and light, death and darkness. I'm out.